Joining us in the studio now is France 24's Wassim Nasr, who spoke to the Malian Foreign Minister. Wassim, what did the minister have to tell you?
Well, actually, he was quite clear, and he told me that the treaty, the defense treaty that was made with France, is being reviewed officially. That Mali asked France officially to review this treaty, and we are talking about a treaty that was contracted in 2013, then reviewed 2014 for Barkhane, French operation, then reviewed in 2020 for the Takuba Special Forces involvement in Mali. So it's very serious, and I got to learn from French sources that actually it is the case since the end of December, and now having the Minister of Foreign Affairs saying it openly, it means that the stakes are harder today, and the relation is quite much more complicated, getting more and more complicated actually with France.
So what are the consequences for both France and the UN mission?
Well, it's quite different. For France, as we talk, there is no consequences. Mali denounced one flight of a cargo plane a few days back, but I got to speak to French sources telling me that on the ground nothing has changed, and up to 30 flights were made in profit of the Malian forces, the MINUSMA and Niger, French flights, that 25% of those flights profit directly to the Malians, meaning we are talking about surveillance and military flights, and up to 50% of all the activity there is profiting to the Malians. And in the last 48 hours, there was 4 joint operations between the French army and the Malian army and the Takuba force, special forces in the Menaka region, and specifically in Ndeliban, in order to retake or reinvest some military outposts that were lost by the Malians back in 2019. On the other hand, for the MINUSMA, I got the spokesperson of the MINUSMA a few minutes ago, and he told me that actually they are negotiating now as we speak with the Malians in order to frame the presence of the MINUSMA and the flights of the MINUSMA in another way, knowing that the MINUSMA particularly profits to the Malian civilians, that they convoy civilians, officials, and even to know when and how can they intervene when there's a catastrophe, when there's something to, when they have to intervene regarding the civilians. So it's an evolving story as we speak.
And what does it mean for the operation against jihadists in that region?
Well, actually, the jihadis spoke out the day before yesterday, saying that the involvement of the Russians today, which is causing all this problematic, is to be treated as the involvement of the French and as the involvement of the Malian army. They are calling for fighting the Malian army and the Russians as they are fighting the French. And I got to hear audios from Central Mali calling the population in order to take arms. And we have to know that up to now the operations are ongoing on the ground, but if there is more complications actually on the military level, of course it will profit to jihadi factions present there. And as we said here in France 24 a few days back, we revealed the presence of Russian troops and the first fight between Russian troops and jihadis in central Mali, the Menaka region.
Wassim Nasr, thank you so much for that.